practice at the All-Star break. Just Chrome, what did you see from the guy, mentally and even physically, just coming out?
I think everybody's really looking forward to this. We have a great opportunity ahead of us. Everybody's coming back refreshed in the mind. I think that's the most important thing. Guys were able to take care of some things, minor knickknacks, from a health standpoint. But we're looking forward to just how competitive things are in this final third of the season.
With Tyler winning the three-point competition, just seeing him his whole career, watching him grow, just what do you think that moment meant to him, and how have you seen him?
It must have been very surreal. He had big aspirations coming into this league. He continues to have a strong ambition, that I've always respected, and I wanted to honor, his ambition. I told him that the very first time I met with him after the draft, that I would coach him, try to guide him, develop him to be able to accomplish some of the things that he wants to accomplish. But I think the best thing about this year, he came into this season just with a clear mind that he just wanted to help the team and fill a role, impact the game as much as he could possibly do it, and then great things happen. All the things that he probably had dreamed about, were happening, but he wasn't focusing on that. He was just focusing on, playing good basketball.
And, now that the guys who came over in the trade have been here for a couple weeks, and obviously this break of the All-Star game, but how do you think they've kind of gelled and integrated into the game?
Very well. It's not easy. I've said that before, that you change teams, systems, mid-season. That's the thing that nobody else really thinks about on the outside. But they've assimilated very well. They're all pros. They've been in different systems before, so they've been able to fast track. And I think everybody's just excited about the sprint. This final stretch. This is the time of year that everybody loves. The competitors really love it. Everything feels so much more intense. It's a great time of the season.
One more question about the three cup finals. Just how nerve-wracking is it for you to watch him?
Not that nerve-wracking. I was able to watch it with a couple cold beverages. I guess that's why, to watch that weekend and that event. I was just excited for him to be, on that stage. A lot of eyeballs watching him. That typically is when he's at his best.
Well, then now we're a couple months into Clell in the rotation. Where do you see him developing? Specifically pick and roll defense, is spacing, when to go for blocks, when to go for rebounds, that sort of thing.
Yeah, it's another part of his development. That's probably this next stage. Initially we talked about it 3 months ago. Was trying to get him to rotate and go for blocks. Now, and that's the harder thing to do. Now there's decision making with it and context of game and situation. If you overextend, too much, especially when it's not realistic, and you don't want to discourage it or not say that a guy can't get to it, but those can be deflating plays. And he's starting to calibrate that. Those are decision-making positions. But his rebounding, is a factor. His size is a factor. At least people know who he is now. They know that he's down there, and we can correct it.
How detailed do you want to get right now with him in terms of situation examples?
It's important. No, because all of these things are winning impact decisions. Just as much of, spacing, screen setting, creating advantages offensively, offensive rebounding. Defensively, it's not just pick and roll defense and where do you go when you're in the action, but it's help side defense. And it's probably the hardest thing, for young players to get is when you're on the weak side, and, to be alert and know that there likely is going to be an action. And the more you're ahead of it, prepare for it so you're not reacting to it late, the better off you are.
Was just fresh, but shocker.
I just heard, it's, horrible news.
Coach, you expressed confidence that you guys are going to get everything together down the stretch, whether it's close games, just winning and winning.
Yeah, you know, it's not like we're going to get everything together. That's not realistic. But we're going to address the things that need to be addressed. That's for sure. And we have a group that is going to roll up their sleeves and work on the things that hopefully lead to winning. There's nothing guaranteed in this league. You can check all these boxes, and it still is decided, you know, between those four lines. The other team has something to say about it. I love the competitive spirit, you know, about this team. I love the work ethic of the team, the character of the team. There's a connection, even though there's been a lot of things happen to this team. Now it's about learning how to win and learning how to do it consistently. And, you know, part of that process is understanding what are the key indicators that lead to winning. And a lot of those for us are when there's a little bit of adversity or in the moments of truth. And we'll get better with that.
How much would you say like the All-Star break didn't help it, a little recalibration?
Yeah, it always helps to come back with a fresh mind and bodies feel a little bit more fresh. And then there's a segment of the season you can wrap your mind around. This is a sprint. Everybody can get excited about that, you know, which our group is, and I'm sure the rest of the league is too. All right, cool. Thank you.